Are you trying to provide value or network on social media and nobody seems to be picking up what you're putting down? Boo-earns, indeed. It could be that you are inadvertently shutting down the conversation before it even begins. In this video, I'm going to break down the difference between active and passive engagement so you can start having better conversations online and, well, get more engagement. If we haven't met yet, my name is Lindsay Johnson. I am the Radical Connector. I seriously nerd out to teaching new entrepreneurs a simpler and cheaper way of building a business because, friends, building a business should not be complicated and it also shouldn't cost a small fortune. For more super simple and easy to implement business building advice, make sure that you subscribe to this channel, like this video, and hit that bell so you get notified when I post new videos every week. All right, friends, we're going to keep this super short and super simple today. Let's start things off with passive engagement. What the heck is it? Passive engagement is any comment, call to action, or digital conversation that is closed and relies on the other person doing all the heavy lifting to get a conversation going. Inversely, active engagement is any comment, call to action, or digital conversation that is open, inviting, engaging, and opens the door for other people to come in and respond to what you're already putting out there. Most new entrepreneurs often get stuck in the passive engagement tone, which means that they're putting all this content out there or adding comments or doing calls to action, but they are closed off. They don't open the door and invite conversation. And so they're creating all this content and being active on all these social media channels, but they're so frustrated because nothing is happening and no one's actually engaging and they don't understand why. And that's what I talked about in the beginning here. You are inadvertently closing down the conversation. Here are some examples of what passive engagement might look like. Let's take YouTube videos. You might say something like, "Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video." A common Facebook comment might be, "I love this quote. It really made me think differently. Thanks for sharing." You might slide into someone's Instagram DMs and say something like, "I love your feed. Let's stay in touch." Perhaps you're going live on Facebook and your description says something like this: "Listen in as I discuss my 3 favorite social media scheduling apps." Now you've noticed a comment on one of your blogs, and so you might say something like this: "Thanks for reading. I'm so glad you learned something new." Perhaps you're commenting on someone else's blog, and here's what you say: "Thank you for saying what I've been feeling. This is so #relatable." Are you seeing a pattern here? All of these responses and comments and posts are all accurate and pleasant, and there's nothing wrong with them. The problem is there is nowhere to go. The person who is reading these or engaging with this has no recourse. There's nothing that they can respond to or engage in. You have closed the door to further conversation. So let's look at what happens when you switch from a passive tone into an active tone. Suddenly, the YouTube comment becomes, "Thanks for watching. What is your favorite social media scheduling tool? Bonus points if you share the link in the comments below." That Facebook comment becomes, "I love this quote. It really made me think differently. The first quote to ever blow my mind was Gandhi's, 'Be the change you wish to see in the world.' Do you remember the first quote that blew your mind?" Do you see how we're getting way more engaging here? We're actually starting a conversation. We're giving a piece of ourselves. That Instagram DM might say something like this: "I love your feed. I was really inspired by your story on overcoming imposter syndrome. I've been struck by good old imposter syndrome once or twice. Do you have a go-to tool when you feel it creeping back in?" Again, we are starting a conversation here. It's not just about some one-off comment or platitude or pleasantry. It's about giving a piece of ourselves and starting an actual conversation. A great example of active engagement is right now when I say to you, comment heck yeah below if you want to start being better at being active when you engage with people online. The next time you go live on a Facebook, you want to write something like this: "Listen in as I discuss my 3 favorite social media scheduling apps." Share your pros and cons and links to your faves in the comments. Now, remember that response to somebody's comment on your blog? What if you said this: "Thanks for reading. Imposter syndrome is a real jerk, eh? What's your go-to way to ditch these thoughts and feelings?" We're asking a question. And here's a great comment you could be leaving on someone else's blog: "Thank you for saying what I've been feeling. This is so #relatable. What helped you recognize your feelings and put them into words?" Ooh, baby. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we are moving from platitudes and niceties into an actual conversation, which starts with you giving a little piece of who you are and then opening up further dialogue. And now listen, not everybody is going to respond and engage because you guessed it, there's a ton of other people out there also doing the same thing. They're just there for the internet points. They're just there to give the niceties and the platitudes and keep on moving. That's fine. Those are not the people who you're going to want to be engaging with anyway because they're not here to engage. Nothing wrong with that. They're here for the points. They're here for the algorithms. But if you are using social media, if you are using the online world to generate leads, to learn about your market, because you want to actually increase engagement and have these relationships or connections or conversations started, you want to start hopping into that active engagement tone and then see who's responding and continue to engage with those folks. This simple little tweak will revolutionize the way that you engage with people on social media. And you are going to start to see that all that time you were sinking into using social media to generate leads and generate business will no longer feel like a waste because you're going to actually get people responding and engaging with you, which opens the door to hop on that discovery call, aka that sales call. And speaking of sales, if you haven't already, make sure that you go watch my video on the perfect sales-free sales call template. Now that you know how to get more engagement on your content, what kind of content are you going to create that your PPC, perfect potential client, actually cares about? If you haven't already, make sure that you go dive into my 4 business building basics every new entrepreneur needs to know mini course. If you want to practice your active engagement, come and join my Facebook group, Rad Connectors, to connect with other new entrepreneurs just like you and, oh yeah, engage and have some really awesome conversations. Next week, we're going to dive into how you can turn a simple Facebook thread into your own personal networking event. Until then, I've got 2 more videos lined up for you. The first one is all about public speaking, and the next one is how not to get kicked out of Facebook groups. Remember to like this video and comment below if you've had a revelation around active engagement. If there's something you want me to cover that I haven't already done, please put it in the comments below. Until next time, friends, happy connecting. I will see you online.